Alhamdulillah, thumma salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Fassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are going to be discussing about the sales combo. And what we intend with sales combo is building up and setting up sales systems for businesses. And we'll be looking out for businesses and we're going to be helping them out and providing sales solution with our sales system, and this sales system is going to help them make more money, and in return they would pay us and appreciate us. Now the psychology and concept behind this is that we should go in with the mindset of helping them, not with the mindset of selling them. So our goal is to help them grow. Our goal is to help them set up systems that would improve their sales. And once we're able to achieve this, once they're able to grow, once they are able to improve in their sales, they will find it very, very easy and they'll be willing to pay us. So that's the idea. So all throughout this process, I wouldn't want you to have the sales to be, or the sale to be, the thing you are going to be focusing on. What you should focus on is ensuring that you help them, sincerely ensuring that you help their business grow, sincerely ensuring that you prefer solutions to those problems that are stopping them from growing. And if you're able to do this, if you're able to go in through these mindsets, money would not be the problem. They will willingly pay you. So now that that is understood, so who are those we are going to be targeting? So we're going to be targeting businesses, and we're going to be checking for those businesses on Google. So we're using Google Map. I'm going to be showing you everything and how it's to be done. But just for you to have a brief understanding of the idea or the concept, is that we're going to be checking for businesses on Google, and those businesses we are going to be contacting them and analyzing their business for them and preferring solutions to improve their sales. And in return, they will appreciate us by paying us money. So now that that is understood, so what businesses are we going to be approaching? So there are two major categories. The first of them are local services, and the second category are businesses that run professional services. So when I mean look by local services are plumbers, electricians, welders, carpenters, roofers, and the like. So we're going to be getting a long list of that using ChatGPT. But just for you to have an understanding now, I just want you to follow me through the video. So after this video, we're going to still do a walkthrough, and in that walkthrough, I'm going to be showing you how to do all of this. So the same thing applies with professional services. We're talking about lawyers, accountants, architects, surveyors, civil engineers, doctors, real estate agents. So these are people we're going to be contacting. But one thing that is very essential for you to know and understand is that you only need to contact one business type at a time. So if you're contacting plumbers, just focus on plumbers and try to contact as much or as many plumbers that you can contact. So I'm going to be showing you how you're going to be reaching out to these plumbers and where you're going to be getting them from. So now, the target market we're going to be using are going to be two major ones. So the first major one will be your local country. If you're listening to us from maybe Ghana, for example, it's going to be Ghana you'll be targeting. If you're listening to us from Nigeria, then it's going to be Nigeria you're going to be targeting. And then you now expand to other African countries that are English speaking. So you start from your own country and you expand to other African countries. Then for the international world, you're going to be targeting also developed countries. So you can see that there are three categories. But for the first two, you have to do your local country first. Then you now start targeting other countries once you're done with your own local vicinity. So then simultaneously, while you're also targeting your local country, you'll be targeting developed countries like United States, like UK, and the likes. So those are the people we're going to be targeting. So before we go into choosing what would work best for you, because when we start, we're going to be starting with those two groups, as I've said, those two market groups, your country, in your case, which is in our case, we are from Nigeria. We'll be targeting Nigeria. A lot of our audience currently are from Nigeria. So we'll be targeting Nigeria and US, UK. So, but what I want you to understand is at a point in time, after going through this and doing what you need to do, you'll find yourself in a situation whereby you will need to double down and concentrate your efforts on what works best for you. So the end goal is the same, whether you're working with people in the United States or UK, or you're working with people in Nigeria, or you're working with people in other countries of the world, other parts of the world. The goal is the same, and it's for us to make money. So I don't want you to be delusional that the fact that some people are paying maybe euros or some people are paying pounds would actually affect your judgment when you need to make this decision. So the end goal is making money. Big companies like Dangote is a billionaire in dollars. Is worth well over about $20 million, if not more. And all the money has made is from Nigeria and some African countries. So, and we have a lot of people that have, I, for example, have made thousands of dollars freelancing, but I'm still not as rich as Dangote, even though I earn in dollars. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is whether it's dollars or whether it's naira or whether it's pounds, the most important thing is the fact that you're making money. So, and I want you to understand that concept from the outset. So, it shouldn't affect your judgment whenever you need to maybe focus or double down at the end of the day. Because we're opening you to a lot of opportunities and we want you to try all of them out at the same time in the start. But as time goes on, you will start seeing that some are giving you more results than the other. And it will only be wise for you to choose that one that is giving you results. So don't let the fact that so I'll not be making dollars again make you compromise when you need to maybe even focus of it on a Nigerian market. Do you understand? You can make money from a Nigerian market, you can make money from African markets, and you can make money from the United States and United Kingdom. All of them are all the same. They are just markets where you can make money from. So now that that is understood, then we're going to go to actually how do you now work on the market. So when we target markets, the we don't just target markets broadly. Rather, what we'll do is we'll actually niche down into the sub markets. So in your case, you are going to first choose the country you want to start working with. So if it's an international client, you can choose maybe United Kingdom, or you can choose United States. If it's for the international, and it's for local, you can choose maybe Nigeria. If you're a Ghanaian, you can choose Ghana. So depending on your country of residence, you choose the country that is appropriate for you. So when you choose the country you want to target, then the next thing is you're going to get the list of states in your country. So all you just need to do is go to ChatGPT. I'm going to show you all of this, inshallah. So you just go to ChatGPT and you ask it how many states are in so country. So in my case, for example, you can just ask how many states are in Nigeria. So ChatGPT will tell you maybe 36 states in Nigeria and all of that. Do you understand? And once it gives you the response, you now pick each of the states and you now say, okay, for how many towns are in. So maybe if the first state is Abia, or do you understand? So for each of those states, you just say how many towns are in that first state. That, do you understand? So for that first state that you've chosen, we are now going is going to give you a list of towns. So it is those towns we are now going to be using when we are searching for businesses. Because if you decide to say you want to use, because we're going to be using Google Map, if you decide to search for maybe let's say we chose plumbers, we decide to search for plumbers in Nigeria, Google is only going to give you maybe 100. If you go again and say you want to search for plumbers in Lagos or plumbers in Abuja, it's still the same 100 it will give you. And when you niche down, maybe plumbers in or best plumbers in Ikeja, which is a town in Lagos, or best plumbers in maybe Kubwa, a town in Abuja, it's still 100 it will give you. So for us to be able to maximize our leads, what we want to do is we want to go as low as possible to the sub markets. And that's why I'm explaining the idea of actually targeting the towns. So when we use that, we'll be able to have a long list of people we can contact and help their businesses grow. So now that this is understood, so our lead source, just as I've said, is going to be Google. So Google Maps specifically, and we'll be going to google.com/maps, and then we'll search for maybe plumber, maybe London if it's probably United Kingdom, or plumber Ikeja, or plumber Ibadan, or plumber Kuba, depending on the state we have chosen to work on, and then the towns in that state that we choose to work with. So now that that is understood, the next thing is understanding the outreach channels. So what outreach channels are we going to be using to communicate with these individuals and companies and businesses? So we're going to be using 4 major channels. The first of them is WhatsApp. The second of them is via phone call. The third of them is via social media platforms. And the fourth is via email. Now, for the first, which is WhatsApp, we're going to be using WhatsApp majorly for our local clients. For us that are in Nigeria, fellow Nigerian clients, we're going to be using WhatsApp for them. We are also going to be using phone call for them too. So if you are targeting international clients and you want to use phone call and WhatsApp, then it means you need to get a number for that country via Skype. So, but if you're a beginner, because talking with people the white and it's not something that is very easy. Even talking with Nigerians is not something that is so easy, but it's highly rewarding. Something that gives results fast and makes you grow fast. So another way is via social media and via email. So for the social media platforms, so those ones will be the one that will be more appropriate for a lot of the international clients. Do you understand? So both email and social media platforms, you use them for international clients, while for phone and WhatsApp, you use them for both local and international clients. So clearly, so what I'm just trying to say basically is you use WhatsApp for both local and international clients. The phone call too, you can use it for international clients, but it's you have to know how to speak to international clients for you to be able to use it. So for email, we are going to be using email for international clients majorly, and social media platforms for international clients majorly. So now that that is understood and all of the things that have to do with the outreach channels is well understood, then the next thing is what solutions we will be preferring. I said we said we are going to be setting up systems, sales systems for people, for businesses. So what solutions will be setting up? So the first of them is the reputation management, which has to do with having those you have worked with review your business. So when those you have worked with review your business, imagine you see a company that has over 100 people, happy customers, telling you that, oh, I've worked with this company. They actually, maybe a plumber, this plumber, they are very fast. They are very affordable, and they do a render good service. 100 different people, and you see another person that is only one reviewer. He doesn't even have any review from anybody. Who will you want to work with? Definitely, you want to work with a company that has a lot of reviews. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to set up reputation management, whereby anybody that comes in contact with their company would be rest assured that this is a company that is well established, and that company can actually deliver, because they have actually delivered the same similar services to people like me. So the second thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up a system using ads for regular inflow of customers, such that every single day they will have like 10, 20 people inquiring about their business, saying that, okay, we want you to help us do this, help us do this, help us do this. So we're going to be setting up ads around that, whereby they will have consistent amount, controllable amount of customers inquiring about their business. Now, the third one we are going to be doing is we are going to also be setting up a system that would be able to bring in high quality customers, not just any kind of customer, but customers that are of high quality that would pay a lot for their services. So these are the solutions we are going to be providing to them. So each and all of these solutions, we are going to be using these systems. The first system we're going to be using is the Google My Business system. So, and we're going to be doing profile optimization. So Google My Business is where people will be giving reviews for the business, such that when they position themselves well on Google, whenever anybody search for maybe best plumber in maybe Ikorodu, or best plumber in Kubwa, or best plumber in Ikeja, they will be able to come up, and people will be able to meet them, to ask them to actually work with them. So the same thing applies with social media flyers. So we're going to be designing social media flyers for them, and these are going to be used for their social media posts to show people that, okay, these are what they are doing. And also when people search for them on social media, their posts will be able to come up as people that render that service. So the next one is also professional email setup. So most people use Gmail or Yahoo Mail. Do you understand, the general free emails? But as a business, for people to trust you, especially when you want to start doing business deals that runs into a lot of millions, one of the things that shows your reputation and makes people feel, okay, this person knows what he's doing and is actually a serious business person, is to have a professional email setup. So we are going to also be setting up this professional email, such that whenever they want to do any of their correspondences, they will be using this professional email, and it's also going to present them like a serious business that means business and know what they are doing. Thereafter, we're also going to be doing social media management. So what we mean by social media management is that we're going to be doing content creation. We're going to be posting for them. We're going to be scheduling their posts. We're going to be engaging their customers. We're also going to be giving them analytics, and we're going to be doing reports. All of these things, we're going to explain everything, how we're going to achieve it for them, and how we're going to deliver all of these services. Inshallah, we're going to be explaining it to you. So thereafter, we're also going to be making sales funnels for them. So for sales funnel is more of a design. It looks like a website design, but the difference is that it is used to achieve a specific purpose. So in our case, whenever we run Facebook ads, we're actually going to run them, the ads, and those people that click on the ads through a specific page. Do you understand, where they'll fill the information, and that's all. But unlike our website, the website is like a place where we are going to see everything about us. But for a sales funnel, you don't need to tell them everything about you. All you need to do is to tell them what they need to know to take a specific action you want them to do. So that's the difference. So we're going to be designing landing pages and sales funnels for them, and we'll do design optimization for them too. The second one is websites, and I've mentioned this earlier. So we're going to be designing a website. So if they don't have a website, we're going to design a website for them. Just as I've said, the essence of a website is for them to establish themselves as an authority, to give them information about themselves. If, for example, you are part of Allow Dollars, you would observe that the ad you saw on Facebook, when you clicked on it, it took you to a page where you just have to fill a form. That is an example of a funnel. But if you go to allowdollars.ng, you see that that one is a website whereby we have our own, we have about us, we have things that have to do with courses and all of those other information about Allow Dollars generally, Moldova, about all our programs, you will see it there. So that is the difference between a website and a funnel. A funnel is intended to perform a single task. Unlike a website is going to be used to give information about what we offer. Another thing we're going to be doing is the profile management, and this has to do with, after we've optimized your account and you're already having customers, we will need to also be asking those new customers to actually give you review. We will need to, for customers that give you a low review, there's a way we can do it so that those reviews that are very low, we would actually suppress them, and we'll be able to only have high reviews such that the brand looks like okay, you have a lot of what positive reviews. So all of those management, the customers, whenever they make inquiries, helping them manage the inquiries and all of that are all the things that have to do with the profile management with respect to Google. Also, maybe when you're on site, all those images showing that you're on site, if it's a plumber, or all those images showing you rendering the service you're rendering, maybe your restaurants too, images of your restaurants, people using your restaurants, all of those things. So you'll be helping them post it regularly to ensure that it shows that okay, this business is actually still live. So all of these are part of what profile management entails. You, after even optimizing, you're going to help them to manage their profile to ensure that their Google sees that these people are actually still active, and that way they will continue to recommend them to people. Another thing we're going to be doing for them is we're going to be setting up Facebook and Instagram ads. So we'll run ads on their posts, and that would bring in new customers. Just the way we run ads to bring in people to another similar things, we're going to be doing it for them. So, and the advantage of this is they can actually bring in new customers into their business predictably. Okay, if they say they want 10 new customers this today, they can actually get 10 new customers today. So that is the power of the advertisement. So, what is the offer? So, the offer we're going to be giving them for Nigerian clients, we're going to be the first offer is going to be involve us designing 5 social media flyers. Also, we're going to be doing GMB optimization, Google My Business optimization. We're also going to be setting up professional email. If you have been following us, we have actually set up a professional email for ourselves. So, this setting up a professional email using Zoho is something that is very easy that you should be able to do for other people. Also, you're going to be writing blog posts for them. So if you've been following us up to now, you shouldn't have problem writing a blog post. So you'll be able to write a blog post for them. So you're going to write 3 SEO blog posts for them. You're going to also give them professional email, and you're also going to do GMB optimization and social media flyer for them. You can see that for this social media flyer, you only need Canva for it. For this GMB optimization, you only need to know how to do it, and I'm going to explain how you're going to do it for you. For this one, you only need Zoho, and you need to buy a domain for them too. So, and that will be covered once they make their payment, because the minimum they can make is 25,000 naira. So, you can choose more than that. So, it's not compulsory that it's 25,000 naira. So, and the SEO blog too is something to you can do. So, all of this service delivery, the only thing that you might not be proficient with is this and this for now. So, I'm going to explain how you're going to be able to achieve all of that. So, then for foreign clients, so you charge them $50 or €50, depending on where you're communicating to them, or £50. So depending on where you're actually communicating to them. So, but for Nigerian clients, you charge them around 25 or more, depending on what you are comfortable to charge. So, but it shouldn't be less than this amount you have set. So now the second offer, which is the second stage, involves you designing sales funnel or websites for them. You'll also be designing social media. You'll also be doing social media management, which means that you're going to be managing their social media. You'll be posting for them. You'll be managing their social media accounts. You'll be managing their engagement from customers and all of that. You're also going to be doing their Google My Business management. So what I mean by Google My Business management, just as I've said before, has to do with you actually helping them manage their Google My Business profile with respect to them whenever they get messages, or asking their customers to actually leave a review and all of that. And you're also going to be helping them to manage Facebook and Instagram ads. So for this second offer, you are going to have a one-time fee, which is the initial fee of 100,000 naira. And subsequently, it's going to be 50,000 naira per month. Now, these prices, as I've said, they are not sacrosanct. It's not compulsory that it's this amount. You can choose to make it higher, but don't make it lower than this amount. This is the minimum you can charge. So, also for foreign clients, you'll be charging them $300 or 300 pounds. Do you understand? And it's going to be a one-time fee. Then subsequently, you charge $100 per month. So this is the offer that we have. So I'm going to be explaining how we're going to be pitching them and all of that. So don't worry. So, but I just want you to understand what this is all about. So the last aspect is the aspect that has to do with pitching. And for pitching, just as we've said, copywriting is what matters in this pitching. And just as we've said in the copywriting video, copywriting is all about making people take decisions based on emotions. So triggering emotions to make people take decisions. So, and that's what we want to do. So we're going to be using our copywriting skills while pitching now to ensure that people take those decisions we want them to make. So for the framework for this, the first one is the outreach. So I said we're going to be going to Google Maps, which is to go and look for companies. So we're going to be checking those companies, and we'll be looking for what they can actually improve on based on their profile. We're also going to be checking for their website, whether they have a website or not, or whether they even have a website, but the website is not working. You check their social media. Do they have social media presence? If they don't have social media presence, you take note of that. If they have, what's it like? Is it active? You get their company name, get their company address. All of this, you are going to see them on Google profile, and you're also going to check for what is it they sell. Do you understand? Whether maybe someone that offers plumbing service, but he also sells plumbing materials. So you should be able to know all of this. So these are the things you actually have to know initially when you are doing your outreach. So when you know all of this, then When you now want to start pitching them, so you will need a very strong icebreaker. So we are going to provide you with different icebreakers. So, but you would need a strong icebreaker. You choose the one that is most appropriate. Then you're also going to need to state the results to them. The idea is not to tell them what you want to do. No, the idea is to tell them the results. Do you understand? Don't tell them that I'm going to do Google My Business for you. Mm-mm. I'm going to optimize your Google My Business. No, don't tell them. Tell them that you're going to what? What's the result of doing optimizing your Google My Business? Is that they'll get more inflow of customers. That's what you should tell them. Those results. So what you should pitch to them is what? Increase in sales. Those results that they want to hear. Don't pitch what you would do. They are not interested in what you will do to them. They are interested in the results. Do you understand? So, and you must, just as we said before, you must provide value, upfront value. You must be willing to do a lot of value, and those value are things that are valuable to them. So you don't need to be boring. You don't need to give unnecessary step-by-step explanation. What you need to do is just provide value upfront. Provide them with a lot of information that's going to be insightful about their business. All of these are things that we have made a framework for, and we're going to be showing you how to do it. But it's very essential you understand the idea behind the framework, so that when I start practicalizing it and you see it, you'll be able to understand where we are coming from. And if there's need for you to make one or two adjustments in one or two places, you'll be able to adjust accordingly. So the next thing is to keep all messages very short. A message that will require them to read for more than 3 to 10 seconds is not ideal. So your messages should always be very, very short. Do you understand that? So that by the time they're looking at it, they've already read almost half of it. So also, your messages must always end with questions. When you end your messages with question, it makes them obliged to want to answer you. But you don't leave it open-ended so that you don't ask a question. Do you understand? You must always ask a question. So also, another thing that's essential is that you shouldn't be desperate to sell. The idea is not to sell. The idea is to help. So what you're interested in is helping them, being there enough, caring enough to want to help their business grow. And if you help their business grow, they would appreciate you by paying you. So the goal is to help their business grow. Do you understand? It's not to sell. So don't be desperate to sell. The idea is to help their business grow, and you should have that at the back of your mind. And it's going to go a long way when you're responding to their objections. It's going to go a long way when you're responding to the problems that they are having. So when you respond to the problems that they're having, like you are genuinely interested in finding a solution to their problems, they would see it. And if you're just responding to the problem like, just come and pay me, they would know. Do you understand? So you need to have this at the back of your mind, that it's not compulsory you make a sale. What is compulsory is that you help them. If you help them, they would appreciate it. And when they appreciate it, that means money for you. Do you understand? And also be very professional. You don't need to be using sir or ma all the time. Maybe when you introduce yourself, you can use sir, ma initially, but subsequently just be professional when interacting with them. And you must interact with confidence, like you know what you are saying, because these are from the things that would actually show whether you know what you are saying or you don't know what you are saying. So you must be confident in your speech. You must speak in a high tone that shows that, okay, you know what you are saying and you understand what you are saying clearly. So, and that's why it's very essential you understand where this framework is coming from. Now, if you are talking to those in the international world, you don't need to use sir or ma at all. Rather, what you should use is their name. Do you understand? Instead of sir or ma, just use their name straight up. Do you understand? So if you're using Salma, it's just even off it. Don't use it. Just use their name straight away. But if you're talking to Nigerians, we Nigerians are people that are very conscious of respect. So you should use Salma on the initial when you're first interacting with them. Subsequently, you can always just interact with them.